Hi, this video is a tutorial showing how to create a dimension using TM1 Integrator. Okay, first you log into your architect and then log into your TM1 server, which we have done. We're going to create a Teams dimension based on our NFL warehouse on the Robust Consulting SQL server in the NFL warehouse database. Um, First thing we need to do is right click and create process. We're connecting with an ODBC connection that we had already created. You would have to create a new one if obviously there isn't one already. Log in with your credentials. And I cheated and already had the query saved. Click preview here. And you'll see we have our conference. We have our division that concatenates our conference and division so that they're all unique. Our team abbreviation we're using as our level 0 members. And then an alias for the team abbreviation. So that looks good. So we're going to click on variables. Variable is another name for a field, um, and we are going to tell TM1 Integrator what these fields are. In other words, are they parents? Are they level 0 children, or are they alias or attributes? So conference is the top of our the top parent we have. So in TM1 language, top parent or parent is a consolidation. We're going to change that to consolidation. Division is also a parent of the team. And so again, that's going to be a consolidation because we're not storing any data at either conference or division. All the data would be stored at the team ID, in this case, team abbreviation, which is what we're using as our ID. So we're going to make that the element, as in TM1 world. Element is the level 0 child. And team alias is an attribute, which is also can be used as an alias. Not all attributes are aliases, but all aliases are attributes. So we got that. Everything looks good there. These are all string. We want to keep those as such, and we will click on maps. We're not building a cube, so we're going to leave this in no action. Leave this as store values. So you can usually leave the screen alone when you're creating dimensions. So let's click on the dimension sub-tab here. And it's saying our element variable, which is our level 0 member, our field in this case, is team abbreviation. That's correct. It gives you a little sample. We are going to create a dimension called team, so since it's not created yet, we will just type it in. Order in a cube doesn't matter because we're not loading the cube, we're building a dimension. We're going to create, and this is very confusing, but even though this is a string, it's going to save it as a numeric type. So you want to leave that as numeric. And then how do we want to order this? Do we want to order it as it comes in from the table, or do we want to order it another way? I'm going to order it by hierarchy. I'm sorry, in this is level 0, so I'm going to order it by name. And we'll do ascending. So we'll hit OK there. Now, there's no data because we're doing it in dimensions, so let's go to Consolidations tab. This is where you set up who is a child of what parent. So conference, dimensions teams, that's already in there for you. What is the child of conference? Well, that's division. So we click on this little arrow here and we choose division, and it minimizes your turbo integrator for some reason. Just click on it and bring it back up, no problem there. And we want to sort that by name. That's the only choice it gives you. And then division is a parent of team abbreviation, which is our level 0 children. And again, gives you a sample, and we will do that by name as well. And attributes, team alias is an attribute of what? Well, team alias is an attribute of team abbreviation. And give it a name because we don't have one built yet, so we'll call this full team name. And we're going to create it, yes, and it is a alias, so tag it as such. Advanced tab, don't really need to do anything, but you can take a look at the prologue, make sure everything looks okay, and it does, so we're good. I'm going to save this as add teams, hit OK, and we will run. Got some errors, so let's check them out. What happened here is I have a ragged hierarchy with just one member. Free agent in the dimension doesn't roll to any team because they're free agents. So Integrator didn't know what to do with them, so it just kind of spit out an error. But as you will see, close this, save it one more time. Oh, another thing is once you create it and you try to hit save again, it has an action as create. Well, you can't create something that's already been created, so you have to choose it as recreate. And then from then on, it shouldn't do that every time you run it. So anyway, let's see what happened. We right click on teams and go to edit dimension structure. And let's order this by hierarchy. As you see, there's that free agent. It's still loaded, but it just gave me an error to let you know, hey, you have a leaf floating out there that doesn't belong to anybody. Um, but since it loaded okay, I'm not going to really worry about it. Everything's in alphabetical order like we wanted, and we're good to go. And that is how you create a dimension in Turbo Integrator.